What are some other historical facts? Jesus' tomb was shut with a Roman seal. Breaking a seal would result in a death penalty. So in other words, if Mary Magdalene or Peter or whoever, even if they could have got all their buddies together, got all 500, got on that 2-ton rock, and got that rock rolled out of the way, moving that rock, breaking the seal of the tomb would have been a death penalty. So if you're going to pull a hoax, why risk a death penalty? Like I said, it was a 2-ton slab of rock that covered the entrance to the tomb. And both Jews and Romans admitted that the tomb was empty. Instead of executing the Romans' guard for failing with an empty tomb, the guards were then ordered once again to lie about the resurrection. I mean, because here the guards were supposed to prevent anybody from getting in, but they couldn't because Jesus came out from the inside. And they were not executed. Rather, they were bribed. They were given money saying, lie. Once again, John 8:44, Satan is the father of lies and a murderer from the beginning. And tradition teaches that Jesus' wrappings of clothes were still intact, were laid in the tomb without a corpse after the resurrection. So that's other proof. And as previously shared, and I've written this in devotions over the last 7 years or 8 years, however many years, all of these findings. As previously shared, even secular historians such as Josephus and Pliny the Younger recorded Jesus' death and crucifixion. So it's historically written by those outside of the Bible as well. And furthermore, why would the disciples try to rescue Jesus' body for a hoax? So in other words, if Jesus did not resurrect, if he did not come back to life, if he did not defeat sin, death, and Satan, and the power of the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, did not raise him from the death back into life, why would the disciples try to make a hoax about it? Why would they try to make something up? Let's consider a few points. Because if they did, they would risk death for breaking the Roman seal in the tomb, as we just mentioned. And if Jesus were still in the tomb, that would have meant that he lied to them about returning in 3 days. And why would the disciples risk their life and reputation for a liar and a fraud? But obviously, Jesus is not a liar and a fraud. He is the truth. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me.